Hello, campers. I'm Jen Cyber, coming to you from the Mount Vernon campus of the George Washington University. It's summer 2017, and on campus our campers are busy securing computers and cell phones. Thanks to the National Security Agency and the National Science Foundation, you can too. Today our snack is a TV dinner. I hope you're hungry, because cybersecurity is in the house. Yesterday, we talked about modularity. Modularity is like the furniture in a house. In computer programs, modularity means that each container of code has a single purpose, and that container of code is isolated from the other containers of code in your computer. If there's a weakness in the code, a programmer only needs to fix that module. The module will change, but the whole program will function exactly the same. This is how security updates work. Modules of software are changed on your device, but the device's function remains the same. We have another rule to talk about today. Look at this picture and I'll give you a hint. Do you have your own room? Or do you know someone who has their own room? This is a cybersecurity concept known as domain separation. The rooms in a house are all separate. If you put blue carpet in the bedroom, it does not change the red tile in the kitchen. And when you are in your room, your brother or sister should ask permission before they come in. In the real world, computers are like buildings in a city. Each of these buildings is a domain. Some buildings might be a single room, others could be 10-story apartments or 30-foot tall office buildings. And an apartment building is a domain of domains. This is just like a computer. In buildings, you have permission to enter and wander around some of the rooms freely, and some of the rooms in buildings are locked, and you can't get in. What does this look like in the real world with computers? Maybe you have a business in the United States, and you only want employees that work in the United States to have access to the information about their customers in the United States. Then you set up a domain for computer users in the United States. Then your business expands to Brazil. The employees in Brazil need information on their customers in Brazil, but they don't need information about the customers in the United States. So you create another domain for the Brazil users. But now the big bosses who work in New York and in Sao Paulo, Brazil, need to see information about both domains. So the people who run the computer domains, he's called the computer administrator, gives permission for all the bosses to have access to both domains. Oh, and the computer administration can be a woman too. And when this business has offices all over the world, the computer administrators, the ones who control the domains, they give all the big bosses access to the domains that they need in order to do their job, but only the domains they need to do their job. Let's go back to the apartment. Each family needs access to their own apartment, right? You can go in and out at any time of the day or night and wander in every room. And maybe you might have your neighbor's key so you can feed their goldfish. So you have permission to enter their domain under certain conditions, like only when they're away, and only in the living room where their fish tank is. But there's probably a person in an apartment building who fixes things that breaks in the apartments. She probably has keys to all the apartments or all the domains. Domains matter because they ensure that users only have access to the information or programs they need to do their job. And the computer administration only has to monitor the behavior of the people who have access to certain information. So now you're probably thinking, well, that's great, but I'll never be the computer administration of a multinational conglomerate. When will I ever need to know this? When you leave your house and connect to the Wi-Fi at the coffee shop or at the mall, you're changing domains. So just like the computer administrators have rules for their domains, you should have rules about what domains you use. Be smart on open Wi-Fi networks. When you access a Wi-Fi network that is open to the public, Your phone and your data can be an easy target of cybercriminals. You should limit your use of public hotspots. And to reduce your risk of exposure, do not access personal or sensitive information on a hotspot device when you're on a public hotspot. Some cyber outlaws make up free Wi-Fi access points that are similar in name to the ones you're expecting to find when you search for open Wi-Fi. When you connect to these fake hotspots, they might have a link for you to click or ask you to enter your Instagram account or login information. And when you do, you've opened the door to big problems. So if you have to connect to a public Wi-Fi, ask an employee for the real name of the Wi-Fi and double check before you connect. A lot of people say, so what if a cyber outlaw gets my login information? I have nothing to steal on Instagram. Richard Trenholm of CNET wrote this about login information. Uh-oh, Xbox and PSP gamers. A lot of you may have had your personal details hacked. A data breach of 2 popular gaming forums has exposed account details of 2.5 million users, potentially opening up their online accounts to attack by hackers. The Xbox 360 and PSP ISOs, which host game download files, were hacked in September of 2015. That's according to expert Troy Hunt's Have I Been Pwned website, which tracks data breaches. Even if users didn't have financial details stored on their sites, the information could be used to break into other sites if users have used the same password for different accounts. Often people use seemingly low security passwords and don't enforce good password security because it's not a financial target, says Mark James, IT security specialist at ESET. But all data has value and will be reused for other purposes. Every website should be treated as unique and require different passwords with a mix of usernames if possible. Breach after breach has shown that using the same username and password for multiple sites is a bad idea, says security expert Jonathan Sanders of Lieberman Software. If the Xbox and PSP crew haven't learned that they can't use the same email and password on every service by now, then it's likely game over for their personal data. We've got a new activity for you to try. Are you up for the challenge? You might be asking yourself at this point, how do I know if I've been hacked? In hacking, pwned, P-W-N-E-D, means hacked. It's similar to saying someone now owns your machine and everything on it. Troy Hunt is a Microsoft Regional Director and earned the Most Valuable Professional Award for Developer Security. He created a website, Have I Been Pwned? It's a free resource for anyone to quickly assess if they have been put at risk due to an online account of theirs being compromised or pwned in a data breach. We want you to try this site, but since hackers make fake websites that trick people who make typos, we recommend you Google the words, Have I Been Pwned? P-W-N-E-D. The website should be first in the list of results. Go to the website and enter your email address. Here's what we want to know. Let's review. Domain separation is a cybersecurity concept that keeps parts of a computer or a computer network separate, as if they were actual buildings. Cybersecurity experts use domain separation to be sure that users cannot access domains, areas of the computer, that they don't need for their job. In your everyday life, remember that when you change domains, you should be extra careful. I hope you had fun, and I also hope your peas didn't touch your apple pie. Talk to you tomorrow. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, comments, or you have ideas you'd like to share, contact us at gencyber@gwu.edu. We'll look forward to hearing from you. Oh, one more thing about our snacks. The snacks suggested in this online camp are designed to provide a healthy analogy for the subjects discussed in the video. Today's snack is not meant to be eaten, nor should it be eaten to develop cybersecurity skills. For a diagnosis or treatment for any cyber virus, consult an IT expert. The publisher and author of the video are not responsible for specific health or allergy needs that might require a system administrator or a dentist. Snacks are provided for informational purposes only and do not constitute an endorsement of any snack food. In fact, after you watch this video and complete the challenges, eat an apple and get outside. It's good for you.